Let's move to the third section. Thank you. Let me share my screen. Okay, that is the preparation of the financial statement. Okay, so the preparation of financial statement, we are beginning with what? The local government sector. The local government sector. We are going to look at what? The definition of local government, reason for existence of local government, composition of the assembly, functions of assembly members, functions of the assembly, then difference between the metropolitan, municipal, and district assembly, structure of the local government system, sources of revenue to the assembly, and then the expenditure composition. Okay, so let's start. What is district assembly? A district assembly is a body corporate with perpetual succession and a common seal, and may seal and be sealed in its own name. So the composition of the assembly, we have the district chief executive officer or the metropolitan chief executive officer, then one person from each electoral area within the district elected by universal adult survey. That is the assembly members. Then the members of parliament from the constituencies, then the government appointees not exceeding 30% of the total membership. So this is the composition of what? Of the assembly. Duties of the assembly members. So the assembly members has what? A lot of duties, but I've captured few of them here. One, assembly members are enjoined to articulate the needs of what? The communities. Then two, they provide adequate information about their electoral areas to which they have been what? Elected from. Three, they collect and collate views, opinions, and proposals on matters affecting the district. Then four, they initiate and take part in communal and development activities in their communities. And five, they assist in monitoring, evaluate of programs and projects in their communities. Then six, they lobby the district assembly adequately on behalf of their constituents or their communities in order to bring what? Development. And seven, proposing a motion for discussion at the assembly meeting. So they propose what? A motion for discussion at assembly meeting. Then the last one, attending general meeting and subcommittee meeting. Functions of the assembly. Some function of the district assembly. The district assembly exercise political and administrative authority in the district. They promote local economic development and provide guidance, give direction to, and supervise other administrative authorities in the district. Then again, they shall exercise deliberative, legislative, and executive functions. The next one, formulating and executing plans, programs, and strategies for the effective mobilization of revenue. Then the next one is promote and support productive activity and social development in the district and remove any obstacles to initiative and development. Then the last one, sponsor the education of students from the district to fill particular manpower needs of the district. What are the differences between metropolitan, municipal, and district assembly? When you talk about a metropolitan, you are saying that a metropolitan assembly is a local government unit or areas with population over 250,000. So in a situation whereby a community is having what 250,000 or area is what having a 250,000, that particular area or unit is termed as what? A metropolitan. A metropolitan. Then a municipal assembly is one town assembly with population of 95,000 and not exceeding 250,000. Then a district assembly is a group settlement with a minimum population of 75,000 and a maximum of what? 95,000. Maximum of 95,000. We have structure of the local government system. So the local government system in Ghana therefore has the following structure. 1, the Regional Coordinating Council. 2, 4-tier Metropolitan Assembly. 3-tier Municipal or District Assembly. Urban or Town or Area or Zone Council. Then Unit Committee. What are the sources of revenue for the District Assembly? What are the sources of revenue for the District Assembly? So Local Government Act 2016 make provision on revenue sources of District Assembly to be comprised of 1, the decentralized transfer, the internally generated fund, which is IGF, donation and grant. When you talk about decentralized transfer, what does it mean? We are saying that this is known as intergovernmental transfer. So decentralized transfer comprises of funds from the following revenue sources. 1, the District Assembly's Common Fund, which is the Common Fund. Grants in aid from the central government, such as the DDF, District Development Fund, and any other revenue transferred from the central government to the District Assembly. An example could be what? The seeded what? Revenue. Okay, the seeded revenue. Okay, please, are we there? I hope you are taking note of those things.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so please take note for me, eh? Take note for me. Not for you, take it for me. Okay. Then we move on to what? The IGF. We move on to what? To the IGF. Internally generated funds comprise funds from what? From the following. 1, licenses. And the license we will get what? Vehicle licenses, entertainment licenses, and others. Then we have fees and miscellaneous charges, taxes, investment income, rates, fines, and penalties. So these are some of what the IGF that they generate within what the local government. We are saying what is rate? Rate. There is the money paid under what? Under the demand of the MMDA imposed in accordance with the Local Government Act. Rate may be generally applied to whole of what? The assembly area, or special applies to special services only. For example of rate chargeable by the local government include basic rate, property rate, rate on government properties, funeral rate, and special rate. So in a trial balance, when you see such rates, they are what? IGF. Then we have land. Assembly share of what? The school lands revenue, plot and building permits, signing of building plans, transfer and revenue concession. Then fees and fines, market tolls, slaughterhouse, court fines, lorry park, market stores, or market stores. We have difference between market stores and market stores. Please, who can tell us the difference between market stores and market stores? My brothers, who can tell us the difference between the market stores and market stores? The one with STALL and the one with the STORES. When we talk about market stores, which is the STALL, Ocon marketer, have you seen that they have divided the structures into pieces, into smaller units? So what I say? Sa apata na omachiche na obi achiche mu no, and they find the market stores. Okay, and they find the market stores. But then market stores, okay, they are the stores, the structured one. Okay, they are the structured one. Advertisement, trading, kiosk, restoration of conservation, graveyard receipts, bread bakers, chop bars, corn mills, dressing stations. So these are the fines and fees that we will see in the trial balance. Then we move on to the licenses. The licenses, we have the dog licenses, the hawkers licenses, extension of hours, hotels and restaurants, beer and wine sellers, petroleum installation, palm wine sellers, aquatation distillers or sellers, herbalists, taxi cab, lorry park overseers, taxi drivers, self-employed artisans, fishing tours, birth and death. Okay, so those are the lances. Then we move on to the rent income, such as rent from market stores, rent of what? Assembly properties. Then investment income. We have such as what? Interest on deposit and other financial investment, charter services, hiring of equipment. So investment on what? Investment income can be what? Interest on deposit. Maybe they have used some of their money to do what? Investment. So the interest they get on the investment is what we call what? Interest on what? Investment. Let's move on to the expenditure composition of the district assembly. The expenditure composition of the district assembly. You have the compensation of employees. You have use of goods and services. The compensation of employee is what? Is the salaries, okay? Is what? The salaries. And the salaries comprises of what? The established post, the non-established post. Please, I hope you are writing. All allowances, all salary-related allowances, pensions, and what? The SSF, okay, the Senate, okay, the Senate. The use of goods and services. The use of goods and services are what? Are the expenses. Please, let me show you where we will find the compensation of employees. Compensation of employee, I told you, the first day when we were doing the syllabus walkthrough, okay, the syllabus walkthrough, do you remember I said something like this? Let's look at something here. I said in the trial balance, okay, you have the credit and what? The debit. Do you remember? Do you remember?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So I said that all expenditure, where do we find expenditure? Expenditure ni ehunu why? Colleagues. The credit side of what? The trial balance. What do we see there?
We will see the expenditure.
We see what? The expenses. Okay. The expenses. Yeah. Then again, we see what? The asset. Please, have you forgotten? Yeah. Have you forgotten?
Okay, sir. I wasn't there, but did I hear say that the expenditures were the credit side of the trial balance?
Yes, please.
Credit side.
Debit. Hello. Oh, sorry, it is debit side.
Debit. All right. All right. All right.
Debit
thank
side.
You. Expenditures and assets will be at the debit side.
More expenditure and assets are found at what? At the debit side. Whereas what? Yes. Income. Income and what?
Income, revenue. Income revenue.
Income is the same as
revenue. Okay, income, revenue.
Okay, revenue. Let me use the revenue. Okay.
Yeah.
Revenue and what? Liability.
Yeah, liabilities.
Okay. The liabilities. Then again, I mentioned something, which is a free marks that we are going to look at. What did I say? Accumulated depreciation. Okay. I separated this accumulated depreciation from what? The liability, simply because the accumulated depreciation is a free marks we are going to take in a trial balance. Do you remember I said something like that? Do you remember I said something like that?
Yes, sir.
So let me show you. Let me show you something. Have you seen that we have what? Property, plant, and equipment. Have you seen the highlighted one? Can you see it? The yellow.
Yes.
I hope you can see it.
Yes, we can.
Okay. The property, plant, and equipment. We said that assets are found at what? At the debit side. And liabilities are found at the credit
Yes.
side. Right? And I separated it by saying that accumulated depreciation are also found at what? At the credit side. So you see, this is what? The asset. Okay? This is what? The asset. The one in the red is what? The cost of what? The asset. And let's look at what? The one, let's see something here. The one in green is what? The accumulated depreciation. Okay? The one in green here is what? Is the accumulated depreciation. So this accumulated depreciation is what? You are going to take it free. You are not going to calculate for it. You are taking it free marks for you. So that is the reason why I intentionally what? Separated it. I said at the debit side of the trial balance, we see what? Expenses. Then the asset, the cost of what? The asset. Then at the credit side, you see what? The revenue, the liabilities, and what? The accumulated depreciation. The accumulated what? Depreciation. Do you remember? If you don't remember, please, I've just recap. Okay, I've just recap. So put it at the back of your mind. Okay, at the debit side, we see what? The expenses, then the assets. At the credit side, we see what? The revenue, the liabilities, and what? The accumulated depreciation. Please, are we clear? Are we clear?
Yes.
So, is it okay?
Yes.
Yeah, I want to take my time because this is where students find it difficult. Okay, so compensation of employees, where do you find it? Is it at the debit or credit?
Yeah, the debits.
So what is compensation
Debit.
of employee? Is it an expenses or an income?
Expense.
So it is
An
an expense.
expense.
So we find it at what? At the debit side of what? The trial balance. Okay, what about the goods and services?
Debit.
Is it
Debit.
expense
Debit.
or revenue?
Expense.
Expense.
Expenses.
So it comprises of what? The goods and services comprises of what? The utility bills, the TNT, the repairs and maintenance, the conference or workshop, the stationery, rent, then the cleaning and other stuff. Okay. Okay. Then
Yes.
social benefit.
There is a
Where do you
paper.
find social benefit? At the debit side, it is an expense, right? Social benefit is an what? An expense. Grant. Okay, government has given grant to what? To other what? Covered entities. So grant become what? An expense. When you see grant at what? The debit side, it's what? Is an expense. Okay, but when you see grant at what? The credit side, what does it depict? Grant at the debit side, the credit side is what? When you see grant at the
That's
credit side is what? It's what?
it's sort of maybe revenue to the local assembly.
Thank you. So have you
Or
seen this?
to
Have you seen this? It's what? It's revenue. Okay, when you see grant at the credit side, it becomes what? A revenue. And when you see grant at the debit side, it is what? An expense. So this is where they normally confuse students. Okay, so for instance, here, they will tell you that there's what? A grant. There's what? A grant figure of what? 10 cedi here. And a grant figure of what? 15 cedi here. So the one at the credit side, the 15,000 is what? This 15,000, is it credit, is it revenue or expenditure?
which one? On the credit side?
The 15,000. It's revenue,
Revenue.
or expenditure?
Revenue.
Revenue. And the one at the debit side become what? Expenditure, right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
please, these are some of the tricks that they normally do. Okay, they will just trick you. It's not difficult.
Please, can I ask a question?
Okay,
So this account we are preparing is this is assembly, right?
yes, the local assembly.
The local assembly. Okay.
Yes.
So in what instances can we have grants at the debit side?
Okay.
What are some of the instances where you can
Okay.
have grants at the debit side of it?
Okay. So the instances where we get grants at the debit side is where the assembly has given what? Has given some waiver. Okay, has given what? Waiver to some of what? The local industries. Okay, the local industries. Please, are you clear? The local what? Industries.
Okay.
Or maybe there is what? A scholarship. Okay, a scholarship grant that has been given to one of what? The assembly members who was pursue his education. Okay, so the moment you see grant, scholarship grant, okay, scholarship grant. So it tells you that the assembly has given what? A scholarship grant what? To a member in the district assembly, and it becomes what? An expenditure.
All right.
Please, is it okay?
That's fine. It's fine. Thank you.
Then it comes to what? Almighty fixed asset, consumption of fixed assets. This consumption of fixed assets is where students what? Find it difficult. But mind you, please, you are going to cross it. I'll show you a simple way to get this one done. Okay? And you even in your life, you be a teacher, you teach to you earn. Okay, you teach your colleagues consumption of fixed assets. It's not difficult. It's very, very easy. Then other expenditure. So let's move. The District Assembly Common Fund. District Assembly Common Fund. So the act promulgated in what? 2016 defines the fund to consist of monies allocated by the parliament. Okay, so monies that have been what? Allocated by parliament to the District Assembly. Then any interest and dividends accruing from investment of monies from the common fund. So assuming that they have used the common fund to invest, so the interest on it, okay, become what? A common fund. Then we have to note that Parliament shall annually allocate not less than 5% of the total revenue of the country to the District Assembly for the development. So when, for instance, we have 10,000 revenue, okay, the country has collected 10,000 revenue. So we are going to work 5%. Okay, we are saying that 5% of what? Of this. So 5% of this will give us what? How much? 5% of 10,000 will give us what? How much? Are we there?
So give us 500.
500. So this 500, okay, this 500, according to the law, they are saying that this 500 become what? The common fund that will be dispersed to what? To the District Assembly. Please, are we clear? The purpose of the common fund. What is the purpose for the common fund? One, to strengthen.
So, sir, is the 5% on the total revenue or tax revenue? Sometimes it's confusing. I don't know. Is it on tax revenue or total?
Hello. Please,
yeah. So I'm asking I'm asking whether the 5% is on the total revenue or is on the tax revenue.
Please, total revenue.
Okay.
Total revenue.
That's inclusive of grants and
yes, please.
The rest. Okay.
They said per the definition, they said Parliament shall annually allocate no less than 5% of total revenue of the country to what?
Okay.
To the District Assemblies for development. So the purpose for the common fund, We are saying that to strengthen, decentralize, and promote sustainable self-help development. So with the common fund, it will help bring what? Development or promote sustainable development in the community to which the district assembly is located. Then to make up for development deficiencies in deprived communities. So there are some of the communities that have been deprived from what? Development. So the common fund will help what? To strengthen or to what? To develop those deficiencies in what? Deprived communities. Then to improve upon primary healthcare delivery in all parts of Ghana. Improve upon primary healthcare delivery in all parts of Ghana. So to improve on the country's educational facilities to ensure quality education. So the common fund, some are used for what? Scholarship purposes. Okay, they give scholarships out of what? The common fund. Then to improve housing scheme. To improve housing scheme. So to build what? Housing. Okay. Then to ensure equitable distribution of resources for development in every part of Ghana. So to ensure equitable distribution of resources for development in every part of what? Ghana. What are the problems of the DACF? What are the problems of what? The District Assembly Common Fund. So one, misuse of what? The part of the allocation to the MPs for political gains instead of development. So here, the MP will wait for the money to sit in his account or her account simply because of what? His political gain. So when there is time for election, then he will use the resources or the monies that have been allocated for him for what? For his political what? Gain, instead of him using it to undertake development purposes. Then two, delays in the release of the DACF to the districts on time. So sometimes it delays, okay? Sometimes it delays. So instead of it to come on time for them to use it for development, it doesn't come on time. The lack of transparency in determining what goes into the District Assembly Common Fund. Lack of what? Transparency. Then again, a probation of what? The District Assembly Common Fund is to what? To finance some activities of the RCC who do not qualify under the Constitution. So when you look proper into the Local Government Act for what? The District Assembly Common Fund, the RCC does not what? Come into play. But when the District Assembly Common Fund comes to what? To the local government, the RCC has what? Their share. Okay, so it becomes what? Another problem. So the District Assembly Common Fund has encountered statutory deduction from the fund yearly. So here there is what? Some statutory deduction, that is taxes. Okay, that has been taxed on what? On that particular fund. What are the functions of the DACF administrator? The District Assembly Common Fund administrator. Mind you, the law says that we have what? A District Assembly Common Fund administrator. And what are his functions? Okay, mind you, just recently there was some heated argument between the local government minister and what? The District Assembly Common Fund administrator. Please, I hope you are aware of that. Colleagues, I hope you are aware of that.
Yes, sir.
You are aware. So please, I will entreat you to pay attention to this. I'm expecting that there might be a question somewhere emanating from this side. Okay, so what are the functions of the District Assembly Common Fund administrator? One, he or she proposes a formula annually for the distribution of the common fund for approval by Parliament. So he or she proposes what? A formula for what? For the distribution, how the common fund needs to be shared among the District Assembly. But it is subject for what? Approval by the Parliament. So it's Parliament who has the final say by approving the formula. So that is why we are saying that a proposed, that's why we are saying a proposed formula, okay? A proposed formula. Then again, he or she administer and distribute monies paid into the common fund among the district assemblies in accordance with the formula approved by the Parliament. So here, after the formula has been approved and after the money has been allocated, so it is the sole responsibility of the administrator to administer and distribute those money, okay, to the local government in accordance with the formula that he been approved by the parliament. Then again, report in writing to the parliament on how allocation made from the common fund to the district assemblies have been utilized by the district assemblies. So in all, after everything, he or she has to write a report to parliament on how the allocation has been done and how the distribution or how it has been utilized. Then again, the last one is perform any other functions that may be directed by the parliament, the president. So remember, the district assembly common, the administrator is appointed by the president. So any other functions that the president may deem by saying that the district assembly common fund administrator should perform, the administrator need to perform, okay? So that's why we are saying that perform any other function that may be directed by the president. So let's go to the main work. That is the local government financial statement. The local government financial statement. Coverage. We are going to look at the statement of financial performance, the statement of financial position, the statement of cash flow, the note to the account, accounting policies, statement of budget comparison with the actual, then adjustment to the financial statement. Please, I want to ask a question. Statement of budget comparison with actual, what are we saying? Okay, what are we saying here?
Looking at the budget outing.
Thank you. Okay, we are looking at what? The budget outing. So this one, it cuts across. So please, this is one of the statements, financial statement that you are to prepare. Okay, so please, let's be mindful. Okay. Then adjustment to the financial statements. What are some of the adjustments that we are going to look at? So let's first of all look at the statement of financial performance, the format for the statement of financial performance for the assembly. So first of all, when the question is posed before you, please, for instance, let's look at something here. Though this is not a local government. Let me see, is it a local government? This is a consolidated fund of Ghana. But look at the requirement. It said required, prepare in a form suitable for publication. Statement of financial performance for the year ended 31st December 2021, 9 marks. Statement of financial position as at 31st December 2021, 7 marks. The note to the account, which is 4 marks. Please, the ability for you to pick this, okay, the ability for you to pick this one will attract marks. And the ability for you to pick the name of what? The institution to which you are preparing the account also attracts what? Marks. Okay, so first of all, you need to look at what financial statement are you preparing? What is the name of the financial statement? Okay, so that is why I stated here, name of what? The financial statement, the name of what? The assembly. It is very key. Here, nobody will tell you. Every lecturer will assume that you know. But me, I'm a student like you. I'll tell you to know, so that when you go, you write it and get your text. Please, are we clear? We are all learning. Let's all take note. Okay, the name of what? The assembly or the entity is very key. Write the name of what? The assembly. So the ability for you to write the name of what? The assembly, you get a text here. Then you go to the requirement. The requirement is saying that you should prepare what? Statement of financial performance for the year ended. So the ability for you to copy this, the yellow one that I have highlighted, the ability for you to copy this on the sheet of what? And paste it on the sheet of what? The answer booklet will also what? Attract marks. Please, are we clear? Please, are we clear?
Yes, sir.
Let's not forget. Have you seen how I've highlighted the two? The name of the assembly is very key, or the name of the covered entity is very key. Then two, the ability of you to go and pick the one in the requirement. Statement of financial performance for the year ended 31st December 2021 is very key. Then the next one is what? You need to bring these ones. Okay, you need to what? To bring these ones. Okay, please look at it though. Those I'm just highlighting. Let's not forget the note. Then the Ghana cedis. The Ghana cedis, let's go and look at what the question is saying. Look at the trial balance here. Have you seen something here? Have you all seen this? The one in green. Have you seen it?
Yes, sir.
Please just come and copy whatever is here. Here they are saying in million. Okay, so they've withheld what? 6 zeros. Okay, so they withheld what? 6 zeros. Millions is like this. How do you write million? How do you write million? So million is what? Let's write 1 million. Okay, so they have withheld what? These 6 zeros. Okay, they have withheld this what? 6 zeros. So this 6 zero is what they have written it as what? The million there. As this. Okay, Ghana cedi. This one, then they bring what? Million. Okay, they didn't want to write it like this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That is why they wrote what? Million. So please just go and copy what they have written there, pepper for them, and paste it on what? Your answer what? Booklet. Please, I hope it's clear. I hope it's clear.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. So paste it there for him. You get a text here. So how many texts are we getting? 1, 2, 3. Is it not free marks?
Yeah.
Well, then we come to decentralized transfer. The note is what? Note 2. Okay, the note is note 2. Why are we not beginning with note 1? I am coming to what? To the tail end. Please, I'm coming to everybody's level. Okay, I'm coming to everybody's level for you to understand this. So that when you get the financial statement, you pick out the relevance out of them. Please, why are we not starting from what? Note 1 here. Can somebody tell us? Can somebody tell us? Colleagues, why are we not starting from note 1 here? Mind you, the question is saying that note to the account. Note to the account. So this note to the account is what? Is the note 1 that they are talking about. It is what? The note 1 that they are talking about. Okay, so the note 1 is what we are going to look at here. Okay, let's look at something here. The accounting policies. The accounting policies. What are the accounting policies that they use to prepare the financial statement? So first of all, you look at what? The compliance with what? The IPSAS and the financial enactment. That is the law. Okay, what are the laws that they use to prepare the financial statement? So always you find it here. Let's look at something here. It is the policy of the Comptroller and Accountant General to adopt the accrual basis in preparing the financial account, a public account of the Consolidated Fund in compliance with Public Financial Management Act. So this is the law. Okay, this is the law they are stating. This is the law they use to prepare what? The financial statement. So you need to tell the examiner that they prepare the account in compliance with what? The Public Financial Management Act 2016, Act 921. The Public Financial Management Regulation 2019, LI 2378, and the IPSAS. Okay, so here, when you are writing it, please, mind you, okay, when you are writing it, the note, okay, you can write it like this. So for instance, you write the law, okay? The financial financial statement is prepared in compliance with what? Compliance with what? PFM what? Act. Then you bring the rest. Okay, PFM Act. What is the act that they are talking about? It is what? 2016 Act. Please, I hope you are taking note of it.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. So this is the act. Okay. Then you copy and paste. Then you come. The next one is what? PFM what? R. PFMR. Which is what? What did they say here? The PFM regulation is what? 2019 LI what? Then you come and copy and go and paste it for the person. Okay. Then you come and write what? The IPSAS. Why am I bringing what? The shortcut? Because we want to beat time. Okay, we want to what? Beat time. So the financial statement is prepared in compliance with the Public Financial Management Act, 2016 Act 921, PFM Regulation 2019 LI what? 2378. Then the IPSAS. So you are done with what? The first one, which is what? The law. Okay. You are done with what? The first one, which is what? The law. And the law is saying what? The first one is what? Compliance with what? The IPSAS and the financial enactment, which is the law. Then 2, basis of what? Accounting. Accrual basis of what? Accounting was used in preparation of what? The financial statement. So mind you, the basis of accounting, we have what? The cash basis of accounting and accrual basis of accounting. But now, in the public sector, it's now mandatory to prepare the account based on what? Accrual basis of accounting. So let's go and look at what they've written here. It is the policy of the Controller and Accountant General to adopt the accrual basis in preparing what? The public account. So come and what? Copy this. Okay? Come and copy this and go and write it for the examiner. You get what? Marks. Please, I hope you are getting it. Please, I hope you are
Yes,
getting
please.
it.
Yes.
So, yeah. What? II. So the II is talking about what? The basis of what? The basis of what? Accounting. Okay. Then you come and paste it for the person. So it is the policy of the Controller and Accountant General to adopt the accrual basis in preparing what? The public account of the consolidated fund. Full stop. You are good to go. Then the next one is talking about what? What is the next one? The next one is saying that the valuation of what? Asset. Okay. The valuation of what? Asset. Stroke what? Inventory. Okay. Valuation of what? Asset stroke what? Inventory. How is inventory valued? We are going to look at it in the next session. Okay. We are going to look at it in the next session. Then the consumption of current assets. The consumption of what? The non-current asset. Then the last one is what? Budget information. That is, the budget information is classified in the same manner as the actual and fiscal budget amount are used for the purpose for what? Comparison. Please, on this note, we'll end here. Then on Monday, we'll continue from where we have what? Ended. Any questions so far, colleagues?
No, sir.
Any questions so far, colleagues?
No, sir.
Okay. So please, this is where we'll end today's session. When we come back next week, we'll continue from the format here to the last end. Okay. We'll look at the MMDA, which we are now looking at. Then we'll look at the MDA, Then we look at what? The central government, okay? I have all the notes and I will try as much as possible to cover it so that you get the understanding very well. Okay, please, thank you very much for joining, and I do appreciate.